All right, all right. There we go. Okay. Let me make sure. Okay, sick. We look good. That said, see if I can't boost a little bit. Yo, my man, what's up, Mark? I appreciate you for that. Good evening. Good evening. Okay. All right, let's see if that's better. All right, just trying to get a little more boost on the volume. But welcome. Gary, what's good, brother? Let me put a link for this thing up on the Instagram too. Kind of a last minute one, and I was like, yeah, it's been a minute. Let's get on there and rip it for a little bit. So let me grab the link from the phone. Well, what's up? How y'all doing? How'd y'all survive the freeze? Gosh, that was a long weekend. just being inside all weekend with the kids was rough, man. It's like, whew. Cause I tell you what, them little babies love going outside. So yeah, it was a long weekend. And of course, it looks like it's gonna get cold on Saturday. Out of nowhere. It's like all the days around it are warm. Like it was pretty warm today. It was nice. And then Saturday, it gets here, and then it's like, all right, sweet. We're going back to a high of 30 degrees, in the 20s and stuff. Like, what in the world? All right, paste that there. And then boom, there we go. All right, got that in the story. Ooh-wee. So the main thing I wanted to talk about is, I put up a little video on my socials about the Pro Draw. I wanted to break that down a little bit more. I know I did that on Tuesday on Spick and Span, but I wanted to go into that just a little bit more. I guess I got to add my camera to this. Has your eyes permanently crossed. Fair. So, so I looked at this and I was like, well, that's interesting. How are the Tauntauns in tier 2 when the spot that they were in, that earned to be in tier 2, belonged to notorious FSU, who sold the spot to Collision. So they just took the roster. So the Tauntauns roster from FSU just joined Arsenal, who sold as well. So they joined Arsenal, but Arsenal was sitting in 11th place. So they would have been down here in tier 3. So, anyways, when I thought a team sold, I thought they were supposed to go all the way down. But I guess since Arsenal was kind of keeping the same stuff and all that, they remained in the position and somehow were able to grab the Tauntauns position, which doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, that's just not how it works. So I don't know. We haven't gotten any word officially on that front. No surprise there. But I just want it to be, professional and have the rules so we can see them in the future. We also don't have a 2026 rule book yet. So we haven't seen if they've updated on actual out of bounds rules yet. And so this all based, the way I knew about the, because I don't think these are written down anywhere about a team coming in and buying a spot and how they move down to tier 5. But I believe at the end of 2023 here, Level was in 15th place, and I believe that's the spot that Blastcamp bought. And then so instead of being in tier 4, being in 15th, Blastcamp is moved down to tier 5. So what actually happened here was Infamous got moved up. Let's go back. Let's go to World Cup this year. Season rankings. So Infamous was in 13th, which would have been tier 4. So they got bumped up to T3, which is top 12. They got bumped up to T3. So they're the ones who benefited because I guess the Arsenal spot dropped out and dropped down to the Collision spot in tier 5. So yeah, Infamous got to move up. So if they did it the way it should have been, Arsenal would have been in tier 3, Infamous would have been in tier 4, and Dynasty would have moved up to tier 2 in this Tauntaun spot. Because this would have been the Arsenal spot in tier 4 or in tier 3. So yeah, Dynasty would have moved up because Dynasty was here in 9th place. So they would have benefited. So now Dynasty's not playing versus Impact on Thursday night. I don't know. I feel that's kind of a loss for the league on getting big games. No disrespect to the Tauntaun Arsenal, but I mean, no Fetty, having Dynasty in the stadium would have been pretty cool. But I was talking about it. I said, well, it is really hard to play under the lights. So it may be beneficial for them that they don't have to play their hardest game under the lights where you can't see as well. And we'll see how much better the lights at Raymond James Stadium are, because they are supposed to be some of the best in the NFL. And they say you can shoot slow motion video there. So I'm really curious to see how good those lights actually are compared to, just the strings of LEDs we have at Paintball Fit. But yeah, I do wish we would have got to see the new Dynasty roster versus Impact on Thursday night. That said, I don't know how much being in the stadium is actually going to do for paintball. So hopefully they didn't have to pay too much for that. So the tiers are based on how you finish. So after the first event, each team will be placed into a tier. So then they have the tiers, and then they do the draws for the brackets. So then after Tampa, they'll have the standings and who finished. So then they'll take the top 4 teams will be in tier 1 and so on. So then they draw the names out of the hats for which bracket they will be in. And so the higher the tier you are is better, because then I don't know. You just have to play way harder teams the lower the tier you go. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, so I don't know how much being in the stadium will actually do for everything. I'm really curious to see it and check it out. Like, I don't think on my end for my videos it'll do much. I don't think it'll change too much. I don't think they'll perform any better. But that's usually because I'm trying to get pretty tight shots on players just shooting each other. So I don't think the change in scenery will make that much of a difference. And I'm thinking we'll have pretty small sidelines for the media anyways. So that'll, make it pretty tough to get the cool shots. But so we'll get some really good games on Thursday night with Fit versus Uprising. Uprising was just, kept getting better and better last year. So we'll see how they come out this year. And then Fit obviously is Fit. Russian Legion versus Damage. That's a sick game. I can't wait for that game. That's a banger to bring in the new season right there. That's a great one. And then another Texas clash here with Heat and X Factor. We'll see how the new Heat does. I'm definitely curious to see how the new Heat roster does. X Factor just got better, picking up Tom Guest. Arch might not play, but we'll see. But yeah, picking up Tom Guest for X Factor is huge. And then Impact versus Arsenal Tauntaun. That should be an interesting match because, like I said, Tauntaun doesn't have Fetty anymore, but I don't know. They're still so solid with Axel and Hugo in the Snake. I don't know. I just feel they play really well. So Zeb, now this is what I'm super curious about, right? Is because last year there was no drone coverage at the NXL because it's about 5 minutes away from the airport. So is Go Sports going to have a drone? I'm not going to even mess with it myself because I don't, that's above my pay grade. Being that close to an airport and such, it's not even something I would consider. So, but it would look the best. I feel like with drones you could get some really cool shots, but I don't know about being that close to the airport. So that's a big bummer. I think you can get clearances if you put in early enough for it, but we'll see. We'll see if they've done these things. So Thursday night will be really cool. We'll see how the 3-man goes during the day there too. Like I said, it's way easier to play during the day with natural light. You can see the paint coming in way easier. It's not like with the way the light flicker rate makes it really hard, and like you don't see it with your naked eye. But like at Fit, if I try to shoot the same way that I shoot at Fit during the day under the lights, like you'll see this black banding just go up across the screen. But they say the lights at Raymond James Stadium don't do that. So I'm really curious to see what, millions of dollars of lights get you compared to our strings of the LEDs. So yeah, but this is big implications here. And of course, asking questions of why it was done that way, but it's just kind of how it is. Unfortunately, they don't, there's not a lot of common sense ain't so common, I suppose. But I just want them to give the reasoning for that. So I don't think it'll be that great. I think people will go out there. I think it's going to turn into professional hide and seek. I think people will go out there, probably shoot like 4 of their pods and be like, oh gosh, I'm almost out of paint. And then they'll just hide. If they don't have all the information on where the other team is, like, then I feel like there's going to be a lot of hiding. and sitting back because people aren't just going to go make moves, just to make a move. And then they'll get yelled at for throwing their body away or something like that. I mean, so we'll see how it plays out. But it's kind of my thoughts is like, I think we need less bunkers. I think we need more shootable lanes off the break, and we need higher, like bunkers that have higher value. Like if you get to there, it's risky to get there, but if you get there, then it really pays off. Like, cause that's been a problem because like getting to like the Snake 50 hasn't been that beneficial on a lot of layouts over the last couple of years. You would think if you could get to the Snake 50, and they haven't shot you yet, then you'd be able to, pop up and get a couple kills. But that has not been the case. So I think that's something we need to look into. It should definitely, I'm curious about the lower amount of bunkers, what it would do, because we've never taken bunkers away. They just keep adding bunkers and adding bunkers and adding bunkers. And I guess they took out 2 this year for adding the new bunker, and they took out 2 of the wedges. But like, I mean, it's not a net loss of bunkers because they still added 2, and they added all those snake beams. See, I don't think so. I don't. You think it'd be about athleticism and skill? I don't know. I mean, I can hope, right? I hope it is, but right. Right. Yeah, and then that brings up, people have talked about, well, what does that mean? Is there a pod size limit? Like, could people just start making like way bigger pods or something? People could be out there with these like cartoon looking pods on their back. So they could carry more paint. I don't know. We'll see. But I feel like it's worked out okay in Europe so far. But yeah, we just don't see as many big moves anymore. But I feel like, everyone's so much better and more technical these days than they were back in the day. It's come a long ways. The communications come so far. It's wild, the information that they put out there these days. Yeah, the Pinocchio hopper, absolutely. Yeah, get some Pinocchios out there. But yeah, now I'm really curious about the drones in Tampa, because that'd be a big loss without having them. Maybe we can use our. Can we use their cables for the cable cam? Can we use the NFL cables for the cable cam? I'm sure they don't stay up in the stadium all the time, and that you know the production crews for the games bring those in. But I mean, heck, give me a cable and I'll hang out up high. But I'm going to check out like different angles, depend how it's set up. I'm going to try and look for different angles to try and show it off and make it look cool. Right. Right. That's the thing. Like, I don't know too much about that, but it's so close to the airport, which is great. Um, Drone flights are strictly prohibited within a 3 nautical mile radius of Raymond James Stadium, up to 3,000 feet above ground, starting 1 hour before and ending 1 hour after any NFL game or major event. So, do we consider ourselves a major event? But yeah, if you look, let's see. You can right, right. All right. So what we need is we need what Gary Baum used to do. Gary Baum used to fly like RC airplanes. Yeah, so Gary Baum used to get drone footage before drones were even a thing. So if you look back in the day, the photos and some of the videos of the events were all done by Gary, and he would fly these remote controlled airplanes, and he'd have like a Canon point and shoot on the front. I think triggering that remotely. So he was getting drone shots before drones were even a thing, which is pretty epic if you ask me. Um, like the OG getting all the cool footage. So let's see here. So here is Raymond James Stadium right here. I believe this is where we were last year. But if you zoom out, you can see we are literally right next to Tampa International Airport. Like, it couldn't be any closer. There couldn't be a closer, like, if we were closer, we'd be playing between runways or something. Altitude Trampoline Park. There we go. Ooh, Burns Steakhouse. I hear this is quite good. This is the place with the dessert room. You need separate reservations for the dessert room. Let's look at Burns real quick. Oh man. I want this. I want their $200 seafood tower. 71 bucks for a fillet. Oh, that's for a 10 ounce. 12 ounces, 80. Ooh, yeah, this is the real deal, huh? I can't see the dessert room. There's no dessert room menu. Oh, yeah, Harry Waugh dessert room. Okay. Damn. Yeah. Dessert room reservation does not include a dinner reservation. If you have already made a dinner reservation, there's no need to make a separate one for dessert. Okay, interesting. Sounds good. Let's go. But yeah, anyways. Oops. We'll be right at the state or at the airport. West Tampa Sandwich Shop. Oh, I think we went here. We did go here. I had the sandwich. Honey Cuban Obama. Very good. Bobby Sandwich Shop. Now I'm just looking for food spots while I'm out there, huh? The important things. So yeah, we'll see. Oh, the titter, huh? I forget where we were. Yeah. But yeah, let me actually look on an Excel page real quick. This is what they have. So from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., we got Pro 3v3. And then this will be interesting. Having the Summit Awards and the Hall of Icons during when the games are going on. So if I win, I'll just be totally yellow, covered in paint, going up there to get my award, which I plan on getting absolutely blasted, so I'm as yellow as possible. To be like, thanks. Oh, man. I wish Heroines were playing Vibe, because that is always a classic. PB Leagues. Oh, brackets. Oh, we don't have one for WNXL. 11 teams, though? Not that I know of. Yeah, I don't think I've had anyone do it on purpose from what I could tell. Like, because as it goes down in divisions, like the low levels, they're just, kind of clueless. And like sometimes people want to shoot lanes, but I have a pretty good idea of when someone wants to shoot a lane. Yo, Choppa, what's good, brother? How you been, my man? Um, so y'all have pretty good ideas of of the lanes and stuff. So I'll definitely get out of the way. But if there's no one there, then I'll just kind of look around like, well, what the heck is going on here? Like, but I've definitely seen some people fab. Good evening. Good evening. Seen some people shoot at bunkers that have no one in them, and they think they're holding someone or doing something like that. PB Kid Minion sounds like a Pender or something like that. But good evening, good evening. Yeah, just going over the mess ups of the. Let's see. It is Depender, indeed. 2025 rules. No 2026 rules yet. See, that's what I was talking about, Choppa. Like, I want to know how much difference there is between $1 million lights versus the strings of lights we have at Paintball Fit. Because we have the flicker at Paintball Fit when trying to shoot slow-mo. Yeah, I need some backspace to get some cool angles. But I feel like they're gonna make it real small. They're gonna keep it like pretty compact. But hopefully they just give us a huge field. I sure hope they're big sidelines though, Fab. No, they never asked for any insight. But they had in the media registration, they had let's see if I can find it. They have special passes for special pro passes for just Thursday night, so it feels like they're kind of opening it up. So we definitely need lots of space. So I don't know what that'll mean. Yeah, stadium media pass, March 19th. Interested in an opportunity to shoot the Pro 3v3 XFAL tournament and Summon Awards inside Raymond James Stadium on Thursday, March 19th? Apply here. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so it looks just like the other one. Oh, excuse me. Hang on. I need a sip of water real quick. And then I was looking at some of the platinum sponsors. Having MacDev come in as a platinum sponsor with Hurricanes. Manta, I don't even know what Manta is. Anthrax is a platinum sponsor. Is that like a Europe thing? Versed. Silver sponsors Hydra, of course. What is Manta though? Fill stations. Okay, so that's a European thing. Polish company. What's 7? Oh, Colombo. Colombo has a paint company? Very interesting. Right, right. Yeah, I definitely know Anthrax, but I didn't know if this was actually. Oh no, this says they partner with NXL Europe. So is that platinum sponsor then for everything? What is this from? Oh, they did all the merchandise for him too, huh? And see, that's the thing. I wasn't sure if even being in the stadium, like, I don't think it'll help my videos perform better at all. Um, because it won't be that much different from my end. Because like, I still just want two players, shooting each other. So I don't think being in a stadium will change too much. I mean, hopefully I'm wrong there, and like maybe it looks super cool or something. Maybe it just looks way better. So we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. But yeah, I'm most curious about the lights. I'm very excited to see multi-million dollar lights. And I wish they would let us play with the colors. Like if if like X Factor wins their match versus Heat, if they could flick the lights to teal, that would be super dope. I know they got the LEDs so that they can instantly change the colors. I remember reading articles about Raymond James Stadium lights for when they had the Super Bowl there. Yeah, they're very proud of the lights that they have there. See, here's this is from October 23 or 2023. Revolutionizing NFL stadium lights at Raymond James Stadium. Sports Beams is the company. Full RGB capable lights. Say, let me play with RGB there. Let me get the controls to play with the RGB. We all love RGB, right? LED magazine. Wait. Sports Beams is an Austin, Texas company. How about that? How about that? Solid state lighting. Athletes will surely love the lack of glare and unbelievable visual acuity, while fans enjoy an awe-inspiring show that will elevate live performances and events. That's what I was saying. Let me let me sit up there in the Let me sit up there on the 200 level or whatever, and whip around one of those $300,000 cameras with the 1,000 millimeter zoom lens. That would be super fun. Let's see. There's a dude I follow on Instagram. And he operates one of those cameras for the Houston Texans. And I really like his stuff, but he did a breakdown. Dang, did he take it down? Yeah, I like seeing that stuff. I'm so curious about it because I really don't know much about, I don't know much about those big cameras, so I was always super curious about them. Got done with practice. My man, doing good. My country is the United States. Friend squad. I like his fan. I guess he doesn't have to worry about audio. It's actually super funny because they use hair dryers to keep their hands warm when they're operating these big cameras. Which I think is hilarious. Yeah, let me rip one of these things. I don't know if it's the Texans or the broadcast partner. Right, right in Denver. Oh, the Bears one? Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, I was that Denver New England game. I was hoping they would play at. I was hoping they'd play in New England because they were getting so much snow. It would have been crazy. I mean, Broncos really didn't stand a chance without Bo Nix, unfortunately. I was pretty bummed about that, but yeah, now we just get a repeat of the what was it? What year? What 2015 Super Bowl, or was it before that? I can't remember the year. I think that's right. Yeah, I think it's 2015 with the Patriots and the Seahawks, and they couldn't run it with beast mode. They had to go for the pass. Yeah, that game was pretty boring. I love beast mode. Like now that he's retired, he's just so funny. He was funny when he was playing, but like now he's just hilarious. Him and Randy Johnson doing photos together, and then they put him in the batting cage. Like, oh, it was wild. But yeah, let us get the real cameras. Look at that. Look how far away he is and how zoomed in he's got. Like what? Well, yeah, it's like $300,000 on the camera. No, I didn't see that. Oh man, yeah, I'm sure he's gonna be there going crazy. Just wilding out, drinking a little bit of, taking a shot of Henny before every game. Well, I'm thinking, do I have anything else to talk about? Not really. Yeah, it's mainly just about the seating stuff. So for the audio is I think they have the well, they have the booth audio, right? So they have the broadcasters. But like the on the field stuff is the dudes with the little dishes. He walked over to Pete Carroll and laughed in his face. Oh man. I love it. Yeah, the parabolic dishes, which I still need to rent one. Because this is like a cheaper one, but I'm just curious what this would do on a paintball field. $27 for a week. So what you do is you take a lav mic and you put the lav mic up here, and then the dome collects the sound. So yeah, they use these like Countryman lav mics to go in the dome. These ones are really good. So you use those, and I'd use like one of my wireless mics and put it up in there. Yeah, so I really want to try one of these out just to see what the audio. I don't know. Yeah, they could hurt it, but capture audio up to 50 feet away. Um, let's look up. microphone is water and weather resistant. Right, I did wonder about that. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure it would amplify the shots coming out. It should just be clack, 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 just super loud. But I mean, that rental price was really good. For a week for $27, that's not too bad. We'll give it a shot, right? $26 for a countryman. That thing comes with full size XLR on it. Oh man, I'll have to use my actual audio recorder. I'm super curious though. Yeah, I need to take it out just for recording sounds too. I could get someone getting hit sound, right? Like I get someone get hit in like the chest. Get the goggle shot again, because normally I just use a goggle shot as one of my hit sounds. Get like a loader hit, body hits. I appreciate you, Schwartz Gable. Yeah, this was a last minute decision, but much appreciated throwing that on there. Yeah, I do. I don't know. Yeah, miking someone up is the best. I agree. I do like it on the backstrap the best. But I need to try this just to see. Do some science. Because maybe it just gives it a cool sound, right? Maybe it just sounds different. If that was a cold shoe, I could just mount it on top of the camera. Right. I've just been working on hardpoint stuff. We got our crazy hardpoint. Have any cool clips? I like this one. Zoom right up super close. Look at them eyes, baby. Look at them eyes. I think Bo comes and bunkers him. And shoots him right in the camera. Yeah, with the beat drops. And then this one we went for coins. If I could have had a graphic for the last one where Luke falls and have all his coins drop out, that would have been hilarious. Or some Sonic rings or something like that. What was this one? But all my stuff recently I've just been using like Counter-Strike captain. It's been working out pretty good. Counter-Strike is the way. Here's Chris, Dennis the Menace, with his slingshot from the gun game video. If you would have got someone with that thing, I mean, you can shoot the balls really fast out of it, but it's hard as heck when someone's actually shooting at you to aim and land a shot. No, you don't have to have a marker. There was actually quite a few, not as many at this event, but the ones before. The ones before, we had quite a few people just running out there with no markers. It's like that Johnny's up there just going crazy. So for us, it was fun because having this respawn mode was super cool, right? It's like constant action for us filming. You know, many chances to get people getting shot. I was focusing pretty heavily on the buzzers though, just to have so we can make clips of the buzzer stuff. What's up, Kev? But yeah, super fun times. What do we have next? I think we have another one at the end of February. Yeah, I think that's what's next for us. But I don't know. I'll probably go out there this weekend and freeze a little bit. It's gonna be super cold on Saturday. Sunday is a little better, but not much. I guess Colt will be out there at the Combine in Houston at Wasteland, coaching up the Combine participants. So we'll see what we have out there this weekend at the Paintball Fit. I need something. I need to get out of the house after last weekend. Last weekend being iced in was just not fun at all. So, all right. I'm going to hop off of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out and chatting with me. I'm going to go on From the Sidelines podcast tonight with Hatch and Brando and the boys. So, should be fun. Heck yeah. Yeah, Chapo, great to hear from you. And okay. Get Braylon out there. Good. Have fun. I hope it's a good time. You know, just throw a microphone on Colt so we can get some funny moments. I'll send send one with them. And you just keep it rolling the whole time. But yeah, no. Good luck this weekend. Can't wait to see what comes from it. And yeah, like I said, I'm going on from the sidelines now. Should be pretty good. Talk some craziness with the boys. So yeah, thanks for chilling. We'll try and get these more regular, build it up a little bit. But until next time, thank you. Peace out.